Hey, everybody. We are back with another episode of Boss Your Business, where my guests and I tell you how you can build a business around your lifestyle, not the other way around. Let's not do that. And today I am really excited because I got a fellow automation nerd on today. Kay is actually over in the UK. So I don't know if it's just us European that have this whole systems and processes and automation thing. So guys, you are going to have fun today. To introduce you to Kay, you have honed your email marketing automation skills to ninja levels. Yes, I've been stalking you and I can attest to that. With over 5 years of consulting and training for small businesses all over the world. You are the UK's leading ActiveCampaign specialist, one of my favorite tools. So we'll be talking about that today. And you're also the founder of Slick Business. Your ActiveCampaign Academy provides expert help, training, and support to email marketers all over the globe. And your unique combination of top-level strategy and technical skills, plus a lifetime of teaching, make you the perfect person to help anybody's business unlock their bigger return on investment from email marketing automation whilst keeping the human touch. So I am did I mention I'm really excited to have you today? So by the way, I'm really excited to have you today.
I am very excited to be here. It's just such a lovely space already. I feel right at home. I love it. Bring it on.
Guys, what you have missed out on is the green room when we were prepping for this episode, where we were already nerding out. It's like, yeah, we are two sisters from another mister. This is definitely going to be fun.
It's dangerous, right? When you get two automation geek women together, all bets are off.
But the nice thing is, we both are completely on the same level when we look at automations. Yeah. Yes, we want to bring tools in. Yes, we want to do less. However, don't forget about the human aspect around all of that.
Always. It's always about the human. Always.
So tell me, this is always my most favorite question, because this is where always stories come up that I didn't see coming, not even with people that I have known for years. How did you get here?
This is just, honestly, this is one of my favorite questions, because it's such an outlandish story, and it involves somebody that you've already met and who you really like, whose name is Melissa Love.
So guys, if you missed that episode, Melissa Love was on, damn it, I forgot about. It's the 30K Lost to Thriving Business episode. I'll link it in the description. Yeah, because she was one of the ones that came up where it's like, where did this just come from? You did what?
She has a lot of those stories. So Melissa and I happen to live in the same tiny Cornish seaside town in the very little toe in the southwest of the UK. And we also happen to have children who are the same age and who went to the same preschool. So Melissa and I met when our kids were like 3 years old. And at that time, we were mostly talking about how to survive the toddler years, not go completely mental, trying to keep body and soul together. And also just to get to the end of any given sentence was a victory, right?
I'm totally not laughing.
It's fine. And Melissa would probably tell you the very first time she tried to make better friends with me, I rebuffed her and said, I don't have time for any extra friends in my life right now, because my dad recently died and I'm really sad about that. And everything is horrible in my life. And I literally don't have time to have friends. Okay. So that's the
I'm just surviving.
We were just surviving. So Melissa, to her credit, was not put off by this. And she tells me that actually she thought this was a desirable thing in a potential new friend, was that she was going to have to work for it. I don't know. I can't remember this bit. But anyway, right. So she seduced me over the next 10 years. So we had 10 years of friendship after this. I did not understand what she did for a living, which it turns out is to do with website design. And she's freaking awesome at it, right? You know this. And she had no idea what I had done professionally either. Fast forward 10 years later, we are sitting around, the kids are now 13, 14. We are pretending that they're being given Spanish lessons after school. But actually, the real reason we're there is so that we can all have a cup of tea and a really good gossip around the kitchen table in my friend Cecil's house. So for some reason at one point, and I remember, and I was just coming out of hip surgeries. I have I have a disability, which is quite serious, and it had taken me out of the workforce. So I had the whole double whammy. I was looking after elderly people, looking after kids. I was disabled. I had not been in the workforce for a really long time. And I had a whole stack of people who had never known me in a professional guise. So at this point, Melissa has literally no idea what my work history is. But she said, "Hey, you seem like a smart person, Kay. I know you well enough to know this." And in a leap of faith, Melissa decided that I was the person she needed to learn how to use ActiveCampaign.
I love how those synchronicities just happen, where it's like, you know what, I have no, and I have friends like that too, where it's like, I have no idea what you actually do for work or however, but you know what, I know you.
Right. She just knew somehow and trusted me and paid me to go learn how to do ActiveCampaign because she couldn't find anyone to work this incredible piece of software. So she could see the potential of ActiveCampaign for automation, for emailing, and for growing her business. But she couldn't find anyone who was competent enough to do the things that she wanted to do. Melissa's like, "Hey, I'll just build one." And she picked me. And
that sounds like her.
It's so great, right? It turns out she's a serial offender at doing this. She likes to take random people and turn them into, she like repurposes you into some sort of tech queen. I don't know. It's not just me, is what I'm saying. What she didn't know was that I'd actually been a database administrator for the NHS. I'd been.
Oh my God, talk about nerd. That was not in your bio.
Right? That's seriously nerd. That's SQL nerdery. I had been an e-learning project manager also for the NHS, so I knew about delivering stuff online. I had taught European computer driving license, which shows you my age, and I was originally a maths teacher. So I had this whole heap of skills, which actually were almost an exact fit for the sort of thing that Melissa needed somebody's brain to get to work on. But honestly, it is the biggest stroke of luck you could possibly imagine. I don't really understand how it happened, but I thank the whatever gods there are that this happened. Mostly I thank Melissa because it was her leap of faith, right? So I started learning how to use ActiveCampaign, and it was a match made in heaven. And at this point, I knew almost nothing about modern digital marketing. I hadn't been under the hood of a website in probably 10 or 15 years, like
and
since
a lot
the days
has
when you were
changed in that time.
right, so much. Like I could do some basic HTML from when websites were first coming out. That's how old I am. I remember when we were first getting email addresses.
You mean that's how knowledgeable you are?
How knowledgeable and experienced I am. Okay, so, and this, it turns out, is one of the secret superpowers of being a person who comes into this digital world. And I was in my mid-40s at this point. So I had no preset agenda. I didn't have to unlearn all the stuff in the middle. I came straight from coding direct into HTML, and a database was Microsoft Access, straight into ActiveCampaign and modern no-code automation tools and modern digital marketing and the huge liberation and democratization of marketing.
So hold on.
Sorry.
No, you're all good. I just caught up on something, and I hope I'm not throwing you under the bus here. You were in your mid-40s, beginning mid-40s, when you made this huge switch.
Yeah, from nothing.
I am seriously, because I'm looking at you. I'm like, yeah, you're my, it's all good. You're my age. And I'm like, and I personally have been struggling with this. I'm turning 41 this year, where it's like, I'm not where I thought I would be. And this struggle is coming up. So this is why I'm literally getting goosebumps right now.
That's so
where it's like listening to you in that mid-40 range, where initially, I'm like, when I grow up, people in their 40s are old.
I know.
Right?
I know. And I'm 51 now, nearly. Not quite.
if I'm on 151,
Yeah.
I did it 6.
And
Hell
so, and at 45, so before this conversation happened with Melissa, I had been doing bits and pieces. I was a senior examiner for an exams board. So my brain was still ticking over, but it was a very, very part-time thing. I was also teaching in a community choir and arranging music. But there was nothing that paid very well. And my position at that point was that I was going to slide into a not very monetized old age, never having done anything particularly brilliant with my brain the size of a planet. And that was frankly not a great prospect. What I did not anticipate happening was for a chance conversation with a friend who I knew because our kids were at school to set this thing in motion that's landed me as the world's leading ActiveCampaign specialist. I don't think anyone could have seen.
And it's like I'm literally just sitting here, and if you are just listening to the podcast and you're not watching it, it's like I'm trying to also take a couple of notes while just shaking my head, while having goosebumps, because you are the impersonation of anything is possible and it's never too late.
I agree, actually.
Where I'm like, between the serendipity of running into Melissa when you did, her not being what often happens nowadays, oh yeah, she just brushed me off, screw that. No, like I want to know that woman.
To be fair, it's a very
on this
small
path,
town.
you deciding to do this, you turning literally on in your business level, in your work level, it sounds like you turned everything completely around at an age where other people are like, why do I even try?
Yeah.
Holy moly. And this is why I like this question. You never know what comes out of it.
Yeah. I can't really explain it. It was like the situation that Melissa offered to me and I immediately said yes to, which was based on trust between friends, because we'd been through some stuff by then. We'd looked after each other. Melissa came and looked after me after I'd had surgeries on my hips. You know, we were close friends, but we knew nothing about one another professionally. And that's where I find it really interesting that trust and that moment, it's a real sliding doors moment, the offer from one person and the acceptance from another to go start this journey. And yeah, what a privilege.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to find my thought again here. Wow.
So,
yeah.
Shall I tell you the rest of the story?
Yes, please.
So I started getting really good at ActiveCampaign and I became pretty much obsessed with it because my brain, I think, was very hungry for something that I could get my teeth into. My kid was growing up, my disability was less painful. So I was coming back to life from really having been dormant in that intellectual sphere for a very long time and having had to cope with a lot of pain and a lot of barriers to being able to participate in life. So everything was opening up. It's like the spring. The spring is coming. So I became obsessed with ActiveCampaign and it was like something just sparked off inside me and I wanted to know everything. And I'm a details person. I'm a systems person. I'm a details person. So it just hit my aptitude spot and I craved all the information. And I'm also in the fortunate position where I could afford to spend a lot of time learning a new skill just because I wanted to. It interested me. I was driven by curiosity. And also I'm really lazy and I hate things being inefficient or taking a long time. So I was obsessed genuinely with finding the fastest, easiest way to get anything done with ActiveCampaign.
I'm laughing over here because I'm like, everybody is like, how, why? Because I'm lazy. If I have to do something twice over again, automate that shit.
I get so mad at it. If I have to do something 3 times, I'm like, automate it now. It's a process. And that's the thread that ran through everything. So what happened was then Melissa started telling other people that I could work ActiveCampaign. And I was like, shut up, Melissa. I don't want to have a business. I don't want to work for anyone else. I just want to be here in my little Cornish town and just help you out a bit.
Hold. She got you started on the whole ActiveCampaign. She then promotes you and you are like, I don't want this.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I really dug in. It took her years. And she would put me in situations where she would have said to someone, yeah, so-and-so wants to hire you. They're going to give you a call on Thursday. I'm like, I don't want to do this. She was like, you're going to do it because they really need you and you're the only one. And this carried on. And so during this time, I had to learn how to be a freelancer. I'd never been a freelancer. I didn't know how to do anything. I had to learn all that tech, how to handle clients. I made so many mistakes, as we all do. But I did them in a fairly short space of time because I had Melissa supporting me all the way and helping me get past these barriers. So she didn't just point me at it and abandon me. She stayed right there, advocating, mentoring, coaching every step of the way. And also just pushing me over a cliff every now and again when I didn't want to go.
You want to fly, you got to jump off the cliff.
Yeah, right. So Melissa's a cliff pusher as well, but I respect that about her completely. And look what happened. It turned out well in the end. So I wound up over the next 3 or 4 years, my profile in ActiveCampaign land grows and grows. I've got consultancy clients coming out of my ears. I'm putting my prices up. Everyone wants to work with me. And I wasn't getting the joy from it at this point. This is about 4 years in, because that level of thinking and that level of client work is hard.
And it's exhausting.
It is exhausting and it's hard. And whilst I loved what I was doing, I also was really aware that I wasn't reaching as many ActiveCampaign users as there were people who needed help with how to use ActiveCampaign. And it dawned on me that most of my clients, actually, I was spending a lot of time teaching them how to not break the stuff that I'd built or how to own it for themselves. I wanted to be able to teach people to fish. I didn't want to keep catching their fish for them. I want to teach you to fish. You go off, carry on automating all the things with my blessing. I am happy for you. I don't want to do it for you. I want to teach people how to do it.
We are so much freaking alike. Literally, we are so much alike. It's like, even back in the day when I was designing websites, I'm like, I don't want to do the everyday nitty gritty with you. I want to get you set up so you know how to handle your own shit and then go. Go. It's like, I got you out of your diapers. You now can walk by yourself. Go.
Yeah. Yeah. So I ended up making a training course, which is completely free, and it's called Accelerated ActiveCampaign. This was the very first training I made, and it was born out of laziness and frustration, which I know you will identify with.
I don't want to repeat myself again. And the funny thing is, I'm laughing over here inside so bad, because that's literally what I'm doing right now in my business, where it's like, I answered this question now 10 times. I get that my clients need this answer. I get it.
I'm done answering it though, right?
We are turning it now into Start Up Your ClickUp. It's like the nitty gritty, the where the hell do I need to click a button? And I'm like,
there you go.
Let's get you taken care of. Let's save you some money. Let's get you taken care of. So I feel you. It has nothing to do with our clients. It has nothing to do with their knowledge level or their tech knowledge. It just is. If you're learning something new, there's going to be these 10,000 questions that we have to answer over and over and over and over again. And on one hand, I'm really happy to do that and get you where you need to be. But on the other hand, I'm not a freaking broken record.
Oh my God, you've understood that. So your clarity it's like you're in my head when I was making this course. So I was answering those same questions again and again and again and again, because I was in the ActiveCampaign official Facebook group. I had a high profile in there. I was, I knew what the patterns were. And because I'm a teacher, I knew how to fix it. I knew how to get people past it. So, and I was like, I got to automate this, right? I got to automate the delivery of these key learning points just to get people off my back, really, because I didn't want them in my inbox or tagging me to answer these questions. So anyway, I lashed out this course called Accelerated ActiveCampaign, which is still running now and has had literally thousands of ActiveCampaign users through it, and ActiveCampaign staff and ActiveCampaign consultants. Like, it's killer. It's killer.
When you end up training the employees of the, I would not know anything about that.
Yeah. So that was the free training. Then eventually I managed to pluck up the courage to do a paid for training, which was about the very sexy subject of deliverability and engagement in email marketing. Necessary, but not the easiest sell in the world, because not everyone is far enough along to know they need it. And then the last part is that I decided it all needed to be in a big membership so that I could really connect with the people who wanted to learn. And that's where I am right now. I run the ActiveCampaign Academy, which is like a subscription learning service where you get access to Kay's ActiveCampaign brain on tap. That's where
Now,
I'm.
I'm curious. This is completely egotistical, this question here.
Ooh.
How are you framing your membership? Not that I'm building one right now as we speak.
Not that there's any overlap here at all. Okay, so we have 2 levels. We have essential and advanced. And the reason we do that is because ActiveCampaign is a massive tool. It has 4 different plan levels and different product offerings. And the stuff you want to do with it can range from, I want to send an email once a week and have a welcome sequence, up to crazy corporate level global shenanigans. You cannot serve both those audiences with a single level.
Correct. So guys, when you are listening, to explain this just a little bit for everybody that has not been exposed to ActiveCampaign and why I do love ActiveCampaign. I'm just on a lifetime membership with somebody else. ActiveCampaign doesn't just do email newsletter. It's not just their standard automation. ActiveCampaign can also deep data integrate with your shopping cart, with your Shopify and all of that, as well as function as a full-on CRM. So one of the higher ActiveCampaign plans has full-on CRM automation and tracking capabilities similar to your Pipedrive or HubSpot.
Yep, nailed it. That's a great description of ActiveCampaign. And its other superpower is the integration. It integrates with pretty much anything.
That deep data integration.
Oh, data. I love the deep data integration.
Now we're really nerdy.
We could nerd out about conditional content and the automations, but the integrations are the real joy of it. You can get ActiveCampaign to talk to any other tech pretty much that you want it to, and you can control everything about how that conversation plays out, which means you can automate pretty much anything that you don't want to have to keep doing manually. And this is why I love it.
And that's where it comes back around to needing those 2 levels, where it's like, if somebody is just starting out, if you're going to deep dive completely into all of the integrations and all of the capabilities, you're going to just run for the woods. So I love how you have those 2 levels of, hey, I'm just getting started. I just need to get a newsletter out. I just want to have the regular automations. If somebody signs up for this thing, I just want it to all happen. And then you have the advanced one, which I'm assuming dives really deep into all of the nerdy features.
Yeah, advanced is like anything goes. Essentials is very much like, we're going to keep you on the safe paths, keep you focused on the low-hanging fruit, the stuff that will really drive some revenue for your business. And then when you're ready, if you want something that's covered in our advance, we'll tell you, if you want that, you need to upgrade, or we think it's time for you to upgrade and bring in this other feature. But I would never advise someone to do that when they're first using ActiveCampaign, because of the overwhelm. If you come in from starting from zero and go into trying to use advanced automation and integration features, you are so likely to get overwhelmed. Like I didn't learn ActiveCampaign overnight. You know, it took me 4 years probably of working it out, figuring it out, I've fallen into every hole there is in that place. Like I've been in every
get lost with ActiveCampaign.
Yeah, I've got lost. I've done things the hard way. What I love about the membership now, right? So there's these 2 levels. People pay monthly, so you can come in and out as you please. I don't expect everyone else to be obsessed with their email marketing automation all day, every day. That's my job. Right? So when you want a little top up, you come find me and we talk about whatever it is you need. So we run an office hours twice a week, every week. And those are, you can ask me anything ActiveCampaign related. It can be, where is the button for this? How do I do this particular process? What do you recommend as a use case for this feature? Talk to me about something exciting we can do with this integration. Or it can be some huge strategy question. Or how do I improve my deliverability? You know, or troubleshoot this thing. This contact's done something weird. What the heck's going on? Literally anything. And it's the most fun thing. And to back up that, we have a huge bank of courses, screenshots, GIFs showing you how to do stuff, everything. And it's growing and it's really exciting. So it's very member driven, which is the thing that's very dear to my heart. We respond to what members need most at any given time.
And that was actually one of my big things that I personally have been struggling with my business. I'm a lot reactive. I can give you the answer if you have the question. So with my YouTube content and everything, it's like always, yeah, do I have an idea of what you're going to struggle with? Yes, but there is all of these bits and pieces that funnel into making a decision and all of the things. So I have structured my membership around this, where you can submit training video requests. The idea is really having those 1-2 minute short videos, because for us with ClickUp, all of the trainings are half an hour long. Who has time for a half an hour long video to figure out how to add a task in ClickUp, right?
Right. Just tell me what I need to know in 5 minutes flat. No fluff, no filler, no messing about. Tell me what I need to know and let me get on with it.
I found my spirit sister. So yeah, exactly. The same idea. So just give me the answer. Just give me the damn answer.
So to make this thing happen. We talk about it like with a concierge service. And if the things you need are there, we'll tell you how to put them together and then send you off to go learn the skills. If you don't have such and such a skill, right, go do this training, then come back and we'll show you how to put it all together. So it's very much meeting people where they're at. And that's where the teaching lifetime skill is so valuable. That differentiation, knowing where someone is on the scale of understanding the bigger picture and the strategies and the technical skills. There are so many things that come into play. Like you mentioned there's something about the surrounding tech. What have they got to play with? What else is going on in their business?
Yep.
Have they got a team of people, or is it just them? There are so many questions. So it's like we listen really deeply and intently to where you're at and what you need, and then we direct you to the stuff if it's already there, answer any questions you have, and if we don't have that particular tutorial, we're just going to make it for you right there and then. That's it.
That's exactly. So what I did is based on the spirit sister. We can't deny that. I have a submission form where it's like the idea for, in my case also is I often work with business owners, with CEOs that have a team that do not have the basic knowledge of the tool to even do their job.
Yeah.
So being able for them to just 5 team members that have to work and ClickUp, they have no idea what they're doing right now. Yeah. Go train them. So with that, we have just a form that says, hey, what do you need to know? Yeah. And I quickly can record the video, upload it into the membership base, and there it is. So they can build resources around it. As long as their team members are in the membership, you literally can build a company internal training using all of my stuff. You don't have to build the SOPs around it. You don't have to build the training around it. You don't have to support them, because we have the support calls.
We do that for you. Yeah.
Girl, I knew why I was so damn excited to have you on today.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And I love what you said about teams there as well, because the reality for many businesses is if there's more than one person involved in the business, or if you've got a VA or an online business manager, or even if you're working with an outside consultant, there's going to be stuff that both parties need to be involved with when you're having that discussion. And so we actually have built into our membership is a nominee thing where every subscription comes with like a free +1. So you can bring a buddy into the membership at no extra cost. And probably 70% of our members take that up, either for a VA or a team member who's in-house, or someone that they've hired, because they know that this person needs to get the best practice method, not just lashing it together. Because unfortunately, there are a lot of people out there who say they can do active campaign. Right, I know, and it's painful because we pick up the pieces a lot, and we soothe the people whose active campaigns accounts have been trashed and they've had the wrong emails sent and their data's all over the place, and it's horrible that this happens.
I feel your pain.
Right, so we're like the safety blanket for if you're going to hire someone to work with you on ActiveCampaign, get a subscription and get you and them in, because you need to be in as the strategist. You need to know enough about how to work this tool to understand what it can and could and should be doing for your business. And then whoever's implementing and building, they need to build it right and clean.
And they have the resources with you. Oh,
yeah, I'm here. We're here for you. We've got this amazing directory now, which is fully searchable, which will take you to a post in our community, a course, a tutorial video, a screen grab, a GIF, a blog post, whatever we've got that tells you the answers. You can search by keyword on the whole place. Super powerful.
There was a reason you were on my show at this point in time.
Come, hit me up. I'll show you around in the back end sometime.
Oh,
yeah.
You might want to take that back, because I'm going to take you up on that. I'm
inviting you in. I'm inviting you in. I love showing off the back end tech that we've created, because it's really special. Oh, I got a thing. Can I tell you about a thing that you'll really like? We've got
please.
We've got a built-in member engagement monitoring system. So we call it our retention system. It's got a funny acronym, but I can't remember what that is right now. But it basically scores every single member based on when was the last time they visited the site, or consumed a lesson, or came to office hours, or posted in the community, or commented, or any interaction. And we score them based on that. And if their score starts dropping below a certain threshold over a certain time period, we get in touch with them and say, hey, you doing all right? We've missed you. Come back in. And the whole thing is fully automated using my magic Airtable, which I love. People who are listening.
So I will be in your email inbox to get a behind the scenes look on all this.
It's good.
So you already mentioned a couple of your tools and processes that allow you to run all of this. So you just mentioned your magic Airtable setup for all of that. I am pretty sure you're using ActiveCampaign too.
Yeah. Spoiler.
Just maybe.
There's an ActiveCampaign involved.
Probably. How do you make all of this happen? Because I have the landing page open right now. There is a lot that members are getting. There's a lot of things happening. You are looking after your members. So it's not just, hey, you come in, I take your money and go away. So what are some of the tools and processes that allow you to make all of this happen?
Great question. So when I created the Academy, my vision of it was always that it would be a place to connect with the humans of the world who are using ActiveCampaign. God, that sounds really grandiose when I say it like that, but I really mean it, because it's such a privilege to get to know the people who are running the businesses and what's driving them. What are they actually trying to get done? And I can be most effective as a teacher and help them the fastest and the best if I know them as humans and understand where they're coming from, where they're at, and where they're trying to get to. And the quickest way to do that is to meet them in some way. So it was really important to me that we had office hours that were live calls and that they're not recorded. We do not record them, because everyone should be free to speak openly on those calls. And we need to be able to share screens. For example, if I want to troubleshoot something, we've got to be able to see it on screen. And you can't do that if you're recording stuff because of data protection and stuff like that. So we have Zoom calls. So what are we using for that? Various schedule, the usual calendar sharing stuff. We've got a community. So the community is like, anytime we're not on a Zoom call, you can ask me anything. I'm going to be in there all waking hours, basically, if I'm honest, because I'm obsessed. Like, I love answering questions about ActiveCampaign. So we run that on a wonderful platform called Circle. I don't know if you've come across that one, but goodness me, Circle is beautiful. It automates well. For me, it's head and shoulders the best community platform option there is. No competition. And we completely love it. Circle's turned into like a resource library, or it feels fantastic in there, because people connect, we chat, we solve problems, and everything is fully searchable as well. So we have Circle, and then we've got our courses are held on the website. We use a WordPress site with Divi, and our secret weapons there are Lifter LMS for the managing the membership. Really lovely. We're actually on the free plan with Lifter LMS. You can build crazy good stuff just using the free open access
Wow.
software on Lifter LMS.
Yeah,
Which
I love Lifter. My only thing was for this year, I was like, okay, I just need to go simple. So I pulled back and went to ThriveCart. But yeah, Lifter was my choice as an LMS.
Yeah, and I'm lucky because I have Melissa Love, who's our website,
Yep.
the friend who started it all happens to be a world-leading genius web designer.
Yep.
What a coincidence. So I have Melissa in my back pocket to help me decide on website things like that. So we use WooCommerce to do the subscriptions. That's all hooked up using a mix of Zapier to do stuff that otherwise, it's like the glue where something doesn't talk to something else. We just use Zapier to fill the gap. And the amazing tool that is WP Fusion.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, we talk the same language. I love it.
We are talking the same language. I'm coming from web design. I am more the Elementor and Astra theme rather than Divi.
Yeah.
Divi and I don't get along well for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like, I had built my whole academy on WordPress using Lifter LMS, using WP Fusion and all the things.
Yeah.
It's just, it got to a point for me personally where, okay, what's my focus? And my focus right now is just better served at ThriveCart. So it's again, it's just like we do with our members, right?
Yeah.
What's your situation? What's your goal? What's your values? Let's find you the right solution.
Yeah, absolutely. And that solution is probably going to change over time.
Yep.
We didn't start out on Circle. We started out with a separate Facebook group. But that just quickly became overwhelmed with the volume of technical knowledge. And it was like, wait, this stuff, we're answering questions. There is valuable technical knowledge and answers in here. And it's just disappearing down this horrendous, impossible to search Facebook feed and not getting in front of people. We have to have a better solution there.
Yep.
And so Circle, I did a lot of research and at that point to decide where that community was going to go, because it's a big deal. If you want to move a community, it's a big deal. You got to take everyone with you.
Ask my community. We have switched now. I don't even know how often.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely the right move for us. I'm trying to think what else we use tech-wise. We use Slack a lot for communications. Bonjoro for sending personal videos. And a lot of these tools have a really beautiful integration with ActiveCampaign where you can just put a step right there in an automation and have it go create something in this other platform. So when someone joins the Academy for the first time, they come through the welcome automation, yada, yada, they're getting emails and access, and WP Fusion is creating their membership and all that stuff. I get a Slack notification, and then I get a Bonjoro task created so that I can send them a personal welcome email. And in that task, I see everything I need to know to give me the right context. I see what they've asked on the way in. What was your burning reason for joining? It's right there in front of me. These integrations are incredibly powerful at making you seem like an absolute magician who knows everything, when in fact, you're just really good at being lazy and automating everything.
You just know how to get the information. You already told me everything. Now I just have to make sure I have the information when I do.
Right. Put the right information in the right place without someone needing to copy and paste it. That's really what's underneath a lot of automation process.
Yeah. It's you just need to pay attention to the detail. And with us, it's like we are just efficient. We're not lazy. We're just efficient. I don't like to have to do more than I actually have to do. So let's make it easy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm going to have you back on in the future after I looked at all the back end.
No, I don't know. I'm quite busy.
Oh!
Sure.
Oh, somebody take that knife out of my back. Whoa. Oh yeah.
You know what I was thinking?
Really,
just now though, I was just thinking, because we asked this question. I have this big Facebook group called Automate Your Business with ActiveCampaign. That's like our public Facebook group that anyone can join. And we actually ran a poll in there this week, which said, if we could connect using this magic integration that you can do in automation, if we could connect that and have it create tasks in a task management tool, which one would you choose? And you'll never guess which one's coming out top.
Better not Asana.
It's ClickUp. Dun, dun, dun. So right now, there isn't a really good way to create tasks directly from automation in ActiveCampaign. And I was like, do you know what? We need to get some people power on this, because this is an obvious need and ClickUp should get on it.
However,
Mhm.
however, I am doing something like that already using Make. So Make is I prefer
Right.
using Make rather than Zapier.
Right. You can do it if you go via a third party.
Yeah.
But what I'm talking about is the really slick ones where it's right there in the automation. You do
So
not need to pay any tasks on Make or Zapier or whatever. It's right there.
So you have the ActiveCampaign connections.
Mhm.
I have the ClickUp connections.
I feel something happening here. This is not a coincidence that we posted that yesterday.
Let's make it happen.
I think we should make it happen. They can't say no to
I am
both of
chatting
us.
with head of product right now, literally, about something. So
All right, we're going to talk to them about CX integration with ActiveCampaign. They can't fight both of us at the same time. They would so lose.
Okay, I'll know. Let's make it happen. I'll reach out to my gal.
Yeah.
That is making things happening in the company for me. So I know where to find you. So let's make it happen. Let's make it happen for both of us. I might just move back to ActiveCampaign. Maybe I'll just move back.
See, I'm very seductive. It's very dangerous talking to
I
you.
love ActiveCampaign. I do. Right now, I'm using In Charge because I'm on the lifetime deal.
Yeah. Which is probably a smart move for you at the point where you are right now, you know. And maybe the time will come for a move and you'll be ready to migrate and you'll be like, hey, Kay, how do we migrate to ActiveCampaign? And I'll be like, oh, we have a course for that and some resources.
I love it. And with that, guys, we have resources for that. You can find Kay in the description. You're going to find all the social media links. You're going to find the free course. You're going to find all the things right down here. However, if people are just listening, go tell them, Kay, where can they find you?
Okay, so you can find me by my name, Kay Peacey, on LinkedIn. And you can find me on Facebook in my lovely free Facebook community, which is called Automate Your Business with ActiveCampaign. Dun, dun, dun. That's a really nice community. You can find me on the web at slickbusiness.co. And you'll like this, Ivy. The reason this business is called Slick Business, so slickbusiness.co, is because one of my early clients said, you know what, when you finish working with me, my business is going to be slick as bleep. Now, Ivy has disappeared at this point, so I'm hoping she's going to be back in at some point. I'm going to carry on talking. The other place you can find me is, well, basically on any social. We're on Twitter as slick_biz. And if you search for anything ActiveCampaign related, how do I do this in ActiveCampaign? Who do I do that in ActiveCampaign? You're going to find me right at the top of Google search, usually above the ActiveCampaign results.
Talk about little show off.
There you go.
Love it. We'll be chatting behind the scenes, guys. You know, again, all of the links are in the comment section. We will have Kay back. I already know that. And with that, thank you so much for joining me. This episode just had to happen. Thanks, Melissa, for that one.
Yeah.
And
Total pleasure. Thank you.
And I'll see all of you again next week. Bye, everybody.